Sophie had always been a tech-savvy woman who kept up with the latest smartphones. She bought a new phone, and for a while, everything was fine, but then something strange started happening. One night, as she was scrolling through her phone, she felt a sudden chill run down her spine. She shrugged it off as just her imagination, but the feeling persisted. Suddenly, her phone screen flickered, and a dark figure appeared on her phone screen. Sophie was startled and dropped her phone. When she picked it up, the figure was gone, and her phone was functioning normally again. She dismissed it as a glitch and went to bed. But the next day, strange things started happening. The phone would call people on its own, and Sophie started receiving strange messages from unknown numbers. One evening, the phone rang, and a sinister voice spoke on the other end. "You belong to me now." Sophie was horrified and tried to shut the phone off, but it wouldn't turn off. The phone became her worst nightmare, ringing at odd hours of the night, sending strange messages, and making mysterious calls. Sophie went to a tech expert to get her phone fixed, but no matter what they did, the phone continued to malfunction. Sophie was convinced that something supernatural was happening. She consulted a psychic, who told her that her phone was possessed by a demon. The demon wanted Sophie's soul, and it would stop at nothing until it got what it wanted. Sophie tried everything to break the curse, but nothing worked. She was constantly tormented by the possessed phone, and the more she tried to resist, the stronger the demon became. She felt trapped, as though there was no escape. One day, she received a call from an unknown number. She answered, and to her surprise, the voice on the other end was soft and gentle. It told her that it could help her if she was willing to make a deal. Sophie was hesitant but desperate. She agreed to the deal. The demon released its hold on the phone, and Sophie was finally free. However, she didn't know what the cost of her freedom would be. The demon had promised to release her from the curse, but at what price? Would she be haunted forever by the memory of her ordeal, or would she face even greater dangers in the future? Sophie couldn't shake the feeling that the demon was still watching her, waiting for the right moment to strike. She knew that she would never be able to use her phone again without the fear of the unknown. The demon had won in the end, leaving Sophie with a new fear that would haunt her forever. Deep in the heart of New Orleans, a group of friends were celebrating their last night of vacation. They had enjoyed the jazz music, the delicious food, and the festive atmosphere of the city. But as the night went on, they stumbled upon a voodoo shop, and out of curiosity, they decided to purchase a voodoo doll. They didn't know what they were getting themselves into. As they left the shop and continued their revelry, one of the friends accidentally pricked themselves on the doll's pin. They thought nothing of it at first, but as the night went on, strange things began to happen. Their hotel room was filled with an eerie fog, and the doll seemed to move on its own. The friends laughed it off at first, but the next morning, they woke up feeling sick and weak. They realized that they had invoked a voodoo curse. Desperate to break the curse, they sought out a voodoo priestess. She warned them that the curse was strong and could only be broken by a sacrifice. They would have to offer something of great value to the spirits in exchange for their freedom. The friends were hesitant at first, but the curse was taking its toll. They agreed to the sacrifice and offered up one of their own. But even after the sacrifice, the curse persisted. It wasn't until they discovered the true identity of the voodoo doll's maker that they found the solution. The doll had been created by a powerful voodoo queen who had been wronged by the hotel owners. She had placed the curse on the hotel, and the friends had unwittingly become a part of it. In order to break the curse, they had to seek out the voodoo queen and make amends for the wrongs that had been committed against her. It was a dangerous journey through the dark alleys and winding streets of the city, but they were determined to break the curse and restore their lives.